Yo, what is going on, everybody? This your man, Big B, Brian Hanley. Just getting on live today. Wanted to talk to everybody. We got some stuff to talk about, people. We have got some stuff to talk about. The Baltimore Ravens have done it to us again. They have literally done it to us again. It's, I don't know, man. It's despicable. It's disgusting. Basically, Jaire Alexander signed with the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm sorry. Hey, Daredevil. That happened, ladies and gentlemen. It happened. And there was a whole bunch of us that I put this out there. And I asked you guys, I said, hey, why don't we go out and get him? I said we needed to go get him. And the pushback was aplenty. He's heard only 14 games in 2 years. Mind you, all that's true. It's all true. However, the pushback, the Steeler, that's the only problem. Well, I shouldn't say the only problem. It's one of the big problems I have with Steeler fans is that the forward thinking is like we don't have the wherewithal to do some things that are unconventional to get results. Like we want to play it so safe, but then we want to hold coaches and executives to higher standards. It's like, and look, it takes two to tango. Who knows if Jaire Alexander even wanted to be a Pittsburgh Steeler? You don't know that. Him and Lamar Jackson are best boys. So him going to play with them, okay, I get it. But did we try? Did we call? Was it a priority? All those things, I need to have an answer to that. Because quite frankly, I don't know that we did any of that. But the one thing that I know, for $6 million, 1 year, $6 million. I don't want to hear the nonsense. That's the whole thing. That's all it was. And that's what I was saying. Hey, man, look, the Steelers can go sign this guy for $6 million, or I didn't even give a dollar amount. I go, give him a prove it deal. We don't have to give him $20 million over 2 years or something crazy. We don't have to do that because he has been hurt. He has to prove that he can stay healthy. And again, I saw it from people on here. I saw it from Pittsburgh insiders, reporters that were talking about, well, we're set at corner. He's going to have to come here and prove that he can be a starter. I'm like, what are you talking about? If he's healthy, he immediately walks in the door as the best corner the Steelers have. And yet we acted like that wasn't a possibility, that somehow, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, my goodness. It's just, whew. Yeah. That's my thing. That's my thing. My man, DB, thank you for showing up. He's saying he'd have given them 10 to 12 million. That's kind of what I was thinking. I don't know about 12, but I was in the $9 to $10 million range for 1 year. I'd have done that. Turns out he took 6. It also turns out he took less. Now, that's another thing. He took less to go to Baltimore. Is that one of the things that no matter what we did, was he always going to go to Baltimore? Hey, Mr. Andre Green. So that's the whole thing. It's like, was he going to go there no matter what? That's a possibility. But what I don't like is that all this pushback that I got, we have to be better as fans, myself included. And I'm going to tell you why. Mr. Leonard Dodd with the super chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel, sir. He says, surprise, surprise, the Steelers always late to the party as usual. Pitiful. You're damn right. You're damn right. And that's my whole point, is that us as fans, we can't try to hold people accountable like the executives. We blame them. Mike Tomlin, we blame him. Art Rooney II, we blame him. And I'm not saying we shouldn't blame them, but then when we have opportunities to upgrade and upgrade talent, we can't be afraid to do something a little unconventional. We can't be afraid. So that's my whole thing. We can't be afraid. And too many times the Steelers do things and we do things out of fear, or should I say we don't do things out of fear, and other teams take the risk. Sometimes you got to take the risk, you know? Sometimes you have to take the risk because the reward is so much greater than what the risk could possibly be. And Jaire Alexander, the risk is he's going to get hurt again. That's the risk. And it's a legitimate risk. I mean, 14 games in 2 years, that's nuts. So it's legitimate. But if he's healthy, is it worth it? That's the whole thing. And to me, it 100% was. And I think for anybody to make it make sense, it 100% was. So that it's just, and you're right. They could take the risk. Byron Nelson, you come up with a great point. They could take the risk with Asante Samuel Jr. The difference with Asante Samuel Jr. is we don't even know if he can play football anymore. That's the whole thing there. It's not, hey, that the guy was hurt and he's going to miss some time and that he's healthy now. We don't know that Asante Samuel Jr. can ever play again. So it's stuff like that makes it is why you get so frustrated. That's why you get frustrated. But also, and I get on fans too, man. There were so many people out there, don't sign this guy. Don't sign this guy. We don't need him. Yeah, we did need him. I'm not saying that our team is bad, that our secondary is bad. But when do you say, hey, we don't need good talent? We don't need depth in the secondary. You know? Oh, by the way, if this guy's healthy, he's the best corner on our football team. But when do you say you don't need that? Like, it's never, I've never heard a team say, man, we got too many good cornerbacks on our team. Yeah, we can't use any more good corners. Nah, we got enough, man. We don't need any good corners. We got enough. I've never heard anybody say that. Not a day in their life. And yet here we are. So, Phil, yes, you're right. This is the year to go for it. TJ, Cam, Rodgers, Tomlin, everyone else. Yes, this is the year. And I don't know. I'm just disappointed. That's all, man. I'm disappointed. And I think I'm so disappointed is because the freaking Ravens got him. And we knew it was going to happen. But my thing is, like, I don't know. We knew it was going to happen. You knew that when he came free, it's like, okay, we got an opportunity. Go pay him. Because if we don't, somebody good was going to go get him. Either the Chiefs, the Bills, or the Ravens. And it turns out the Ravens won. So that's I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Mr. Dodd, he says, we need a reality check, seriously. Passed on DJ Reed in free agency. We need a corner, could have solidified the secondary for the future. Leonard, me and you, or not Leonard, Leonard. I keep saying Leonard. I apologize, man. Leonard, we were on the exact same page, man. We were all over the DJ Reed and free agency, and we didn't do it. So I don't know. I don't know. Digital, my brother. My God, jealous of that secondary? You daggone right. Starks, Hamilton, Wiggins, and Alexander. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, David O in here talking about another man's head. It's interesting. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It is just nuts. I don't know. Like I said, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Andy W., what shampoo do you use? The same as your mother. What do you use? Yeah, we needed DJ Reed. We absolutely needed DJ Reed. I mean, I say we needed DJ Reed. I thought it would have been a good idea to go get him. I thought it would have been a great idea to go get him. But we didn't do that. So it's troublesome. It's troublesome. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But that's a great secondary that they got over there in Baltimore now. It's a crazy secondary. So, I don't know, Phil. I mean, all's fair in love and war, man. You're saying it's not fair, but maybe Lamar will miss a couple games with injuries. First of all, let's not ever root for anybody to be injured. Okay, we don't have to like Lamar. We can hope that he plays bad, but don't hope that a guy gets hurt. That's tacky. We don't want that. Just hope that he plays bad. That's it. Just hope that he plays bad, not get hurt. We don't need that. Second of all, I don't know if it's fair or not. I mean, I think it's fair. We could have signed him. Anybody could have signed him. So it's fair. It's fair. So it just, again, I don't know if what we did, if we tried or if we didn't try, there was no reports. And again, all the Steelers insiders kept saying, we don't need them. That's the thing that I thought was laughable. I'm like, are you guys serious with this? We don't need him? We don't need Jaire Alexander. We're set. He's got to come here. He'd be a third corner. I'm like, and at that point, it's like, are you guys even watching football? Are you even paying attention to football? So now I should be really trying to sign Jalen Ramsey. I mean, they're going to have to trade for Jalen Ramsey. The Steelers aren't going to do that. They're not going to give up the draft capital for a 32-year-old corner. And at that point, I don't think so. I don't think so. So, Andy W. Man, Andy, tell your mama to shut my curtains for me. She won't shut them. So, if Xavier Howard is a fit here, just thinking of options. Xavier and Howard can't play anymore. So, yeah, it just, there were so many people that were literally against the Steelers even thinking about signing the guy. Oh, man. I was like, really? We're not even going to discuss it? It shouldn't even be a discussion? So, I don't get it. I just don't get it. But, oh well. I don't know. I don't know. At some point, we got to change our way of thinking, man. As a fan base, as an organization, we just can't continuously be scared to do things that are unconventional. We can't be that. You know, too often we're scared to do the things that we need to do. Too often we're scared to I don't know. We're too often to think differently. You know, to be forward thinkers. We're just not that. We're just not that. We haven't become forward thinkers. And I don't like that. I don't like it. I think the Steelers are too good for that, to be honest with you. I think we're too good of an organization to not be forward thinkers. You know, we're too good. We are too good to not be forward thinkers. That's the way I see it. You guys might disagree. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I just think the Steelers are better than that, quite frankly. I think we're better than that. So we need to be better than that. Let me put it to you that way. We need to be better than that. We need to start being forward thinkers. So we can't just continuously be scared to make moves and do everything the conventional way. We got to be able to get out of our own way sometimes. So that's all. That is all. Do me a favor, man, if y'all can, keep hitting the like button. We want to try to get as many people in here as possible. So Craig Lawson says, Big B, only my opinion, we are trying to stay significant while rebuilding. They're planning for the near future and not now, only speaking from the couch, brother. Well, we're all speaking from the couch, Craig. We're all speaking from the couch, man. So your opinion isn't any more different or irrelevant than the rest of us. So that's number one. Number two, I think I've been saying the same thing of what you said for 2 years. The Steelers are just remaining relevant while they're trying to rebuild, and it takes longer to do that. Instead of just, hey, you know what? We're going to rebuild right now and get rid of people. They haven't done that. So they haven't done that. Why shouldn't they trade for Jalen Ramsey? Because you got to give up, draft capital, and it's going to be a lot for a 32-year-old corner. They're not going to do that. They shouldn't do that. Now, if they could get Jalen Ramsey for a fourth-round pick, then the Steelers should do it. But they're not going to be able to get him for a fourth-round pick. So they're not going to be able to do that. But that's the whole thing. No, I'm not interested in tanking either. Leonard Dodd with the super chat. Appreciate him again, supporting the channel. I swear it's like we are handcuffing our own team by not making any moves that have significant difference in the results. Bingo. I mean, again, it takes two to tango. Here I am screaming at the Steelers and their executives and everybody for not signing them. But he has to want to be here too. He was a free agent. He had to want to be in Pittsburgh. But I also feel like if the Steelers had reached out, were interested, we'd have heard some rumors about it. You didn't hear any. You literally heard none. You'd have heard some rumors about Jaire. The Steelers like Jaire Alexander. They want to bring him in for a visit. You'd have heard those rumors. You didn't hear any of that. And as a matter of fact, the things that you heard from Steelers insiders who, look, they've got a pulse. They've got inside sources. They kept telling us, don't need him. We're set at corner. He'd have to, if he were to want to come here, he'd have to come here and earn a cornerback number 3. He'd be the third corner. I'm like, you guys are nuts. You guys are absolutely nuts. So, Torsha, you can't say it any better. Can't say it any better. Pride is a key part of this franchise. Always seems like our pride gets in the way more often than not. Can't say it any better than that. So, I don't know. Leonard Dodd says we're going to sign him when he's 33 years old. I mean, wouldn't that'd be about right for what the Steelers are doing at cornerback? That seems about right for what the Steelers are literally doing at cornerback these days. And they can like Slay, Mark Malone. I'm not disagreeing. They can love Darius Slay. They can love him. That doesn't mean somebody's not better than him. I mean, again, I'm 49 years old, and I can remember, better yet, where I understood football and concepts of football. My dad was a high school football coach, so I got to understand concepts a little bit younger than most people because he always had me with him. By the time I was 9 years old, I understood the ins and outs of football like that. I've never, ever heard, and that's 40 years because I'm 49 years old. I've never heard a team say, you know what, we've got enough cornerbacks. We got too many good corners. We can't use another good corner. We got too many of those guys. We got too many. I have never heard a team say that before. Not ever. Ever. Never understood or never heard that. And yet, that's what Steeler insiders were saying about Jaire Alexander is that, hey, he's going to have to earn the number 3 spot. They're set at corner. I'm like, oh my gosh. I just, and again, I don't blame them. They're only getting the information. It's like, sheesh. And you're right, Digital. Maybe that's what his thinking is like, you know what? My best shot to win a Super Bowl right this second, 1-year deal. Let's go to the Ravens. And maybe that's part of it, is that he felt like, you know what? I want to go win a Super Bowl. I got an opportunity to do that with this team. So you can't fault them for that. I mean, the Ravens have been damn good for the better part of 5 years. So you can't fault them. And again, it takes 2 to tango. If he didn't want to be here, obviously he wasn't. So, but that's my only thing is we have to stop as fans. We have to stop as an organization. We have to stop being scared of trying to do everything conventional. We have to, look, you got to do unconventional things nowadays in the National Football League to succeed. You got to do some unconventional stuff. That's the way the rules are and just the way that the league runs, you got to be willing to do some unconventional things from time to time. Can't always be status quo. Can't always be status quo. Sykeson says, where I absolutely trust Mike Tomlin is developing a really good defense, so I'll trust that. I don't know, man. So I don't know about the development of a good We'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to count them out. The Steelers could have a good defense this year. And that is a good point. The Ravens had one of the greatest QBs, I don't know about of all time, but definitely in the last 10 years. And they have won just about as much as we have the last 5 years. I mean, they've won more games, but they get in the playoffs. I mean, that's a fact. Lamar Jackson is a playoff choker. He is a playoff choker. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is a playoff choker. So, and that's just a fact. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, let's not get after each other in here. Everybody's got their opinions. I get it. So, and look, everybody says, well, Tomlin can't competently coach. He can't do this. Okay. And they bring up the misses that he's had as far as players are concerned. I'll totally grant you that. He's had a lot of misses. But they don't give him credit for TJ Watt. They don't give him credit for Cam Hayward or Mika Fitzpatrick. Are we just saying that those guys didn't need coaching? That when they came in the league, they were just as good as they were? At some point, you got to give them credit for the guys that are good too. You can't just say, well, these guys stink, and that was all on Tomlin. But the guys that are good, he didn't have anything to do with. That's not fair. That's not fair. You can't do that. You can't do that. And too many times this fan base does that, is that we don't give them credit for the good players that we have. Or the one that I think is hilarious is like Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger, they give Mike Tomlin zero credit for any of his development. Well, he only played under Bill Cowher for 2 years, so Bill Cowher didn't do it. And well, then it was all Bruce Arians or Todd Haley. I'm like, those guys didn't coach here that long. So, I mean, at some point, you have to give Tomlin a little bit of credit for letting Ben kind of do his thing, you know? But we do that too often. We never give them credit for the guys that are really good for the Steelers. We only bash them for the bad, which I get it. I get it. So we got to do better. We got to do better. So, Jared W., you're exactly right. Somebody will always find a way to hate. What's going on, Somber? So, but that's the thing. And I don't mind being the spoiled and entitled fan base. I don't mind being that because I'm that way. I'm spoiled. I'm entitled. I'm a Steelers fan. I'm right there. I just have logic. I use logic too, and I understand. I 100% understand. It can't always be all the head coach's fault when things go bad. But then when things go good, you want to, if you don't like the coach, then it's other people. You give other people the credit. You spread the credit around, but when it comes to, talking about bad things, we don't spread that around. So, but I get it. I mean, we're fans. We're crazy. We're crazy. So, we're crazy. So I understand. So, but yeah, man, I'm just disappointed. I think that's my whole thing is I'm just disappointed in the Steelers. I am just disappointed, and that the Steelers and again, I'm disappointed that the guy went to Baltimore. That's why I'm so disappointed because I knew I would rather him go to the Chiefs, go to the Bills, someplace like that. Go there. But to go to Baltimore, come on, man. My golly. So, yeah, Byron, I get the Steelers defense finished 7th last year, but that's pretty misleading, man. That's pretty misleading. Because when the Steelers defense needed to show up in games, they didn't. So while it was 7th, I get that. But where were they against the Ravens the second game? Or the playoff game? Or the Chiefs? Or the Eagles? I mean, they didn't play well. Hell, you could even say at the end of the game against the Cowboys when we needed to get a stop, where was the defense? So, hey, like I said, I'm with you. It was a little misleading, though. Okay. Felicia says, okay, he knew the Steelers were interested, but he obviously didn't want to come here. No, I don't know that the Steelers were actually interested, Felicia. That's the whole point. I don't know that the Steelers were actually interested. So, oh well. Oh well. But that's all, man. That was my thing. I just think we've got to start doing some unconventional stuff to get the results that we want to get. That's what football is these days. That's what the National Football League is. It's changed. We can't continue to do we just can't continue to do everything conventional and expect different results. It doesn't work like that. So Somber says he had a littered injury the last 2 years. I was expecting us or the Ravens to sign him. So, yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing is like for $6 million, it wasn't that the Steelers weren't even interested, apparently. So that's my whole thing is that they weren't interested. I'm like, what? Don said, I didn't say he did, but obviously they didn't try to see either. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, they didn't try to get him. That's what I'm saying. It's like all the insiders, the people that have information on the Pittsburgh Steelers kept saying Steelers aren't interested. Steelers don't need him. If he came to Pittsburgh, he'd have to to work in and be the number 3 corner. And I'm like, you guys are nuts. And then I realized, well, it's not those guys that are nuts. They're getting their information from people inside the complex. And the complex is telling them, yeah, if he wants to come here, he can be a number 3, but we don't really need him. Which again is one of the craziest things that I've ever heard. You just don't need, good corners. He's hurt every 2 seconds. Doesn't matter if he's hurt every 2 seconds. The 2 seconds that he ain't hurt could have helped the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, doesn't matter that he hadn't played a full season. Now we get to see if he can play a full season with the Baltimore Ravens. And for $6 million, the Steelers can't take a chance on that? That's what I'm talking about. It's literally those comments right there is what I'm talking about. Afraid to do unconventional stuff to get better results. That's literally what I am talking about. The fan base making excuses and not wanting to do unconventional things to get really good football players. Because again, $6 million to a guy that if he's on your team and is healthy, he's the best cornerback that you have. Period. End of story. And that's the difference. We're just so afraid of doing anything conventional. So afraid of that. We just can't continue to be that franchise that's afraid. Super chat by Mr. Leonard Dodd. Let's keep it a buck. Steelers signed Juan Thornhill, who has a lengthy injury history, and signed him, but didn't even try with Alexander. Boom. So, and my man, you don't know if he's going to be on the Ravens field for long. You don't know that. So, you don't know that at all. And again, if he's on the Ravens, he played 7 games last year. If he's on the Ravens for 7 games, doesn't that help him? And let's just say he's crazy good for those 7 games and helps him win football games. We got to stop. We got to stop. So, and Somber, you're right. At this point, you better go do that. You better go and sign a wide receiver. At this point, you got to go sign a wide receiver. And you better go pay a wide receiver. So, at this point, we got to do that. So, but we'll see. We'll see. That is correct. That's a chance you take with football. No one, this is what Patricia says. Perfect example. That's a chance you take. No one in football is guaranteed to stay healthy. He's proven, but like you expressed, if they were interested, he'd be there. But that I don't know if he necessarily would be a Steeler because, again, he has to want to be here. But from the talk, the Steelers weren't even interested. And that's the whole thing. $6 million. $6 million. Tell me the Steelers couldn't afford to do that? Yeah. Come on, man. So, Leonard, don't even put that in the universe. People are going to be barking if he picks off Aaron Rodgers, his former teammate. We don't want to hear it. No, I won't want to hear it either. So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. What concept you're saying that Cam Sutton fell off at 28 years old, that Jaire could too? First of all, Jaire Alexander is miles better than Cam Sutton ever was at his peak. Second of all, Jaire Alexander was awesome last year when he was playing. Now, he got hurt. He only played 7 games. But while he was playing, he was incredible. So there hadn't been a slip. It's just he's been hurt. That's the difference. So that's the difference. And now we're wanting Jalen Ramsey. I guess. The only thing about Jalen Ramsey, I don't think Miami's going to cut him. Matter of fact, let me look up and see what is going on with his contract, because I don't think that they can cut him. And I think they'd get crushed salary cap wise. But you never know. The Dolphins are a horrible franchise, so you never know what they would do. And that's another thing, people. We complain about the Steelers. We could be the Dolphins. So this is 2025. If he gets cut or traded post, yeah, they don't save any money this year. They get killed. But I don't think they care, because this is the last year, 30 men. The Dolphins ain't winning nothing anyway. So traded post. Now, if he gets traded post June 1, they do save a bunch of money. So, but what would the Steelers trade? I mean, he's going to be 32 years old. What do the Steelers give up for Jalen Ramsey? So, what are they going to give up for him? That's my thing. It's like, are we going to give up a third round pick? I would say we better not. But who knows? That's what I was saying, Trez Top. A fourth. And I don't know why you don't think Ramsey's going to, or not Ramsey, but Alexander's going to be healthy all year. I mean, I guess I take that back. I do know why, because he's been hurt the last 2 damn years. But I think that was an opportunity the Steelers should have taken. If they could have. If they could have. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. A third round pick for Ramsey. So I don't know. We'll see. 2 things are going to piss me off. Shedeur Sanders starts balling, or our defense or our offense gets shut down by these defenses. I mean, yeah. Torsha said a fifth in a washing machine. Yeah. We'll see. And here's the thing. It's not that I think our defense is bad. I don't think our defense is bad. I've told you all before, and I've stressed it. The Steelers are a better roster than what they were last year, including the secondary. It's better than it was. But I don't want to just settle for being better. I want to settle for being great. That's what I want to. I want to settle for being dominant. I don't want to just settle for being better. I don't want to just say, hey, we upgraded. Yeah, you know what? We upgraded with guys that are awesome on the football field. And maybe that's me being, again, I admit, I'm greedy. I'm entitled. I'm spoiled. I totally admit it. That's what us Steeler fans are. But I don't want to settle for just being, hey, I'm just not a guy that settles. So, man, you're saying get Ramsey and Terry. First of all, Washington's not going to get rid of Terry McLaurin. That isn't happening. So, got to stop talking about that. We could offer him a first-round pick. They're not going to give up on the guy. So, we got to let that go. It isn't happening. And they're going to give him a contract. He's holding out. All he's doing is holding out until he gets his contract. That's what guys do. He's not leaving. Jalen Ramsey, okay, we can go get him. But yes, we got to stop being conservative and be aggressive. My whole thing with that is, it's like I said earlier, we can't continue to go down a path and not do unconventional things to try to get the team better. So we got to start doing things Got to start doing things that unconventional stuff. Unconventional stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. No, the Steelers are not going to pay $30 million for 2 receivers, and nor should they. Let the Bengals do that. And we're going to see how that works out for them and how good that defense is. Yeah, you're not paying your quarterback and 2 receivers over $30 million. That's not how it works. I mean, even the Super Bowl champs, who they're paying everybody, they're not doing that. So, yeah, we are. There it is, Wes Hackett. Or Hatchet, I apologize. Too conservative on all aspects of the franchise. So, Romeo Doubs, young and is pretty good number 2. I would take Romeo Doubs. I would take him. But what's it going to take? I think Green Bay likes him. I think that's going to take something. I was all in on Olave. The Saints stink, and they're going to stink. But apparently the Saints said, nope, we need a lot. And I'm not forgiving a lot for no. We gave up a 2nd-round pick. I was willing to give up a 2nd-round pick for Olave. But remember, you're going to have to pay Olave here pretty soon, too. That's another thing. And Olave is really good. So you're going to get stuck in the same situation trying to pay 2 wide receivers $30 million. I'm not sure that's the way. But hey, again, I can't be the guy that say do unconventional things. Maybe the Steelers need to do unconventional things, man. Maybe we need to look, because we're not going to be paying a quarterback. That's the one thing we got to remember, is that we're not paying a quarterback. So paying 2 wide receivers $30 million, that's not a horrible idea, actually. In the grand scheme of things, you're not paying a quarterback. So maybe go do it. Do some unconventional stuff. Do some unconventional stuff. Exactly. No, not Ayuk. James, don't you start with Brandon Ayuk, man. Don't you do it. Don't you do it, damn it. Don't you do it. No, don't you dare do it. Talking about Brandon Ayuk. Man, you better stop it. Stop it right now. The Brandon Ayuk, man, he made us look like we were just the side piece that wouldn't leave. And, oh, man, that was ugly. That was ugly. So, but we'll see. We'll see. It'll be interesting, man. Hey, man, if y'all aren't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you all subscribe to the channel, man. I appreciate you. So, crazy people, man. Get in here. Crazy people. Yeah, James, we're going to put you in. No, we're not going to send him to the bar for Thunderbird. We're going to put him in that padded room. That's where we're going to put him. We're going to put him in the padded room. So, yeah, I mean, it's like the Texans. That's a good point, Digital. The Texans got 100 receivers. Then they can't keep them all. But you look at them, are they good? Like, which ones would we want? And are they any better than what we already have? I think that's the key. It's like, if they're not going to be better than what we have, then you damn sure don't trade for them. There's no point. And we keep saying, I don't know if Mechie's a good pickup or not. He's gotten his opportunities, and he hadn't done anything. So, but I don't know. Nah, James, we're with you, man. We're just kidding. We're just kidding. So, but we'll see. Yeah, Tank Dell is good. First of all, they're not going to give up on Tank Dell. But maybe, I mean, they just drafted 2 guys. So somebody's going to go. You would think it's Mechie, but is he better than what we have, though? That's my whole thing. It's like, is he better than what we currently have? I don't know that he is. Yeah, I mean, they got 2 rookies. Obviously, those 2 guys are going to play. And I'm just not sure that Mechie is better. I'm really not. You know, obviously, Nico Collins is better. Tank Dell, when healthy, is better. But who else? Yeah, I'm not sure Mechie is better. I'm not sure. So we'll see. Yeah, no, Tank Dell's injury was ugly. Trez likes Austin over Mechie. I do too. And that's a key point about him knowing the offense. Anybody but the Ravens. Yeah, anybody but the damn Ravens. And Alexander is very good if he's healthy. And I know that's still a big if. I recognize that it's a huge if. But if he is healthy, again, people, he's a top 5 corner. And he was playing before he got hurt last year at a top 5 corner level. So, but I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's a risk. And his health is super risky. Super risky. But for me, I just thought it was a risk the Steelers could have taken. But again, he has to want to be here. He has to want to be here. But we also have to show that we wanted him to be here. We got to show that too. So it can't just be, oh, well, you know, we want him and he's going to come here no matter what. No, he's got to want to be here. I mean, I think that's the inevitable. He's going to find a way to be healthy all year, and he's going to be at his best against us. I mean, that's been our luck. That has been our freaking luck. So, but that's why we got to go out and get another receiver. That's why we got to go out and do that. Go get us another receiver, people. Well, look, man, I'm going to jump off here. I didn't want much from you all. Again, I just wanted to jump on here today and chit-chat with you about it. Disappointed, I think, is the best word for me. Disappointed. Not mad, just frustrated, I guess is a better word. Just frustrated that maybe it could have been us, but it wasn't. So, again, got to start doing unconventional things to start getting results in this world, in this NFL world. So, I don't know about Asante Samuel Jr. I don't know if he's ever going to play football anymore, man. You know, when they went in and did that surgery, they found out he had a degenerative disease in his neck. So I don't think that he's going to play ever again. I don't think, but we'll see. So we'll see. Oh, well. But that's where I'm at with it, people. That's where I'm at with it. I still like the roster. I still like where we are. I still think we need a wide receiver too. So not panicking at all, but frustrated. Sometimes it's okay for us to be frustrated and to get out here and talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's good for us to get it out of our system. Just get it out of our system and then move on. So if you guys have not already subscribed, make sure you do. Appreciate it. Also, membership's also available if you want to help support the channel that way. And then the merch store is also open if you want to get some Steelers Almighty merchandise. Make sure you go in there. If you are a member, you do get a discount. So on all merchandise. So make sure you do that. You saw today all the good stuff as far as members being in here. You always get brought up, man. So I appreciate you guys, man. As always, love you guys for showing up. We'll be live again tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 Central Time. Until then, I'll talk to you later, and aloha.